Hey everyone, my name's Cassidy or Magical Martini. Welcome to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because it's been in the works for a few months. Today we are doing the Disney Parks Favorites pin tag. This is a collaboration with Hope and Abby over at TheDisneySisters. And oh my goodness, I'm so happy it's finally here. So a few months ago, I had an idea for a pin tag, but being a pretty new YouTube channel and never doing it before, I really had no idea how to go about it. I absolutely love Hope and Abby's channel. They do lots of really fun Disney stuff, like creating awesome tags and reviews and hauls and unboxings. So I reached out to them and asked them if they would want to collab with me, and they said yes. So thank you ladies so much for doing this with me. It's been really fun talking to you guys. You hear Brutus scratching himself. Jeez. It's been really fun connecting with you guys and going over which questions we were gonna ask, and it's just been really fun, and I just really appreciate you doing this with me. So if you have come over from the Disney Sisters channel, hello, welcome. I really hope that you see something that you like here and decide to subscribe. So of course, I will also link all of Hope and Abby's information in the description down below, their YouTube, their Instagram, and then of course their video, which is their answers to our tag. So again, it is the Disney Parks Favorites pin tag. So there are 10 questions, and you just answer your favorites about the Disney parks with pins. So I have all of my answers on my bulletin board that I will show you one at a time, and then I will show them all to you again at the end. Also stick around to the end because I will be tagging a few Disney friends to hopefully do this along with us. So, I have my questions written down in this handy dandy notebook. Even though I'm pretty sure I remember them all, I want to make sure I get the wording right. The questions will also all be down in the description box below. So question number 1. A pin that represents your favorite Disney park. I have 2. I know I'm cheating a little, but since we created it, I figured why not? So my number 1 favorite Disney park is always going to be Disneyland. I grew up about an hour away, so I have been a premium pass holder the majority of my life, and used to go all the time. I now live in Northern California, so I don't go as much, but Disneyland is just like my home away from home. So the pin that I chose to represent that is this beautiful Minnie and Mickey with Sleeping Beauty Castle in the background, and there's a statue of Walt and Mickey Mouse is taking a picture of Minnie Mouse posing in front of the statue in the castle. And Minnie and Mickey is one of my biggest collections just because they make so many. Brutus, you keep scratching, baby. This pin is from 2009, and it has 2 pin posts on the back. And if you are new here, then you do not know, but I have been collecting pins since 2000, when official Disney pin trading kind of officially started. So I have quite a big collection. That's why I love pin tags, because then I get to show you guys part of my collection. So my second answer to my favorite Disney park question is my favorite Disney park from Walt Disney World, which is the Animal Kingdom. So I chose this pin of the Kilimanjaro Safari. It has Mickey and Minnie and Goofy in the Jeep, and then it says Animal Kingdom there at the bottom. There's a tree with a little giraffe sticking out of the top, and then a zebra in front, and it says Kilimanjaro Safari. So that is definitely one of my favorite rides. I love Animal Kingdom so much because it combines animals and Disney, like 2 of my favorite things. Plus, a lot of my favorite rides at Disney World are in Animal Kingdom, as well as Yak and Yeti, which is my favorite Walt Disney World restaurant. So that's why I chose Animal Kingdom. So the second question is a pin that represents your favorite Disney park land. So my favorite Disney park land is Adventureland. Has always been. lot of my favorite rides are in Adventureland. But I don't have a pin that specifically says Adventureland, which is weird. I should get one of those. So instead, I chose this Jungle Book pin that has Mickey as the skipper telling dad jokes in the little boat. And then the elephant is actually like a rubberized element that comes off the pin. And elephants are one of my favorite animals. In the bottom it says Jungle Cruise. And then there's a little diamond here that says 60. This was for Disneyland's 60th anniversary or birthday, whatever they want to call it. This is a limited edition of 4,000, and it says Diamond Decades Collection on the back. So I'm trying out a new thing with lighting today because my last few videos were very dark because I've been trying to show you guys more of my background, which has taken me away a little bit from the natural lighting. So let me know what you guys think if this lighting is a little better. I know that the light that I have behind my camera is kind of reflecting off the pins a little bit. So let me know what you guys think and we'll go from there. But okay, so number 3, a pin that represents your favorite Disney park castle. So I think Cinderella Castle is absolutely gorgeous. It's huge, it's beautiful, it's so detailed. But I just grew up with Sleeping Beauty's castle, and to me, I just feel comfortable. I see it and I'm happy. So I picked Sleeping Beauty's castle, and the pin that I picked to represent it is this gorgeous pin. So it has Sleeping Beauty's castle, it says Disneyland at the bottom, and then it has 4 little windows that have Cinderella, Ariel, Sleeping Beauty, and Belle. And then the top 2 move to reveal Tinkerbell and Snow White. So you can kind of pick who you want to show. And so I just think that's a really cool pin with a little sliding element. It's a good size too. And this is from 2003. It was before Mickey waffling was even a thing. So love that pin. I've had it for a very long time. Well, 16 years. Okay, number 4. A pin that represents your favorite ride. So again, I had to pick 2 because I couldn't narrow it down. It was hard enough to pick only 2. So my favorite ride of all time is Tower of Terror. So the pin that I picked to represent it is this one. This is one of my top, in my top 10 favorite pins in my whole collection. I love this because it's a mashup of some of my absolute favorite things. So you have Minnie and Daisy inside the elevator, which reminds me of me and my best friend. And then over the top, you have Maleficent reaching down, trying to pull Daisy out. And it's amazing. I'm a huge villain fan, and I always consider myself like Minnie Mouse. My best friend considers herself Daisy. So it's just like a great combination of all of my favorite things. This is a limited edition of 1,000. It is from 2004. And it also came with this little Hollywood Tower Hotel itty bitty pin. So it came with that. And there's another, I think there's 2 or 3 other ones. It was like a series. I do have another one with Mickey and Pluto in the elevator, and then Cruella is reaching over pulling Pluto out, and that's really cute too. But this one is just a little more my favorite, so that's why I picked that one. My second answer to this question is the Haunted Mansion, and I absolutely love the Haunted Mansion so much. And this pin is another one that's in my top 10. It is also a mashup, and it is Minnie Mouse as the tightrope girl with TikTok from Peter Pan in the bottom as the alligator, and then it says Haunted Mansion at the bottom. And this is a huge pin, and this is just amazing in so many ways. I'm obsessed with Disney alligators, and this is definitely my favorite stretching portrait. I love that they picked Minnie Mouse and TikTok. It just makes me so happy. So this pin is from 2009, And this was just like a rack pin, like an open edition rack pin, which blows my mind because of how gorgeous it is. But it just goes to show that it doesn't have to be a limited edition to be amazing. So, next question, number 5, a pin that represents your favorite character encounter you've had in the parks. I also have 2 answers to this question. So, this first one I'm going to show you is actually the first pin that I ever got. I remember getting it, I believe it was in 2000. The writing is way too small on the back for me to read most of it, but I remember seeing this on one of the pin carts at the end of Main Street the very first time I saw it, and I was just like, ooh, I am in trouble, because I immediately was addicted. So Eeyore has always been my like OG favorite Disney character. I have a little Eeyore plush backpack over here that I used to take with me every single time to the parks. And so every time I get a chance to meet Eeyore, I just try to make him feel as good about himself as possible. The last time I met him, I kind of hurt Tigger's feelings accidentally, which sucked because Tigger is my second favorite, but I wanted a picture with just Eeyore. And it made Eeyore so happy. He was covering his face and just kept hugging me and squeezing me. And I just love him so much. So the pin that I chose to represent him is obviously the first pin that I ever got. And it's because he is smiling, which if you know Eeyore, you know he doesn't smile that much. But he is smiling. He has on some adorable yellow sunglasses. And this pin is just perfection. And it says Disneyland Resort exclusive, based on the Winnie the Pooh series copyright. So it doesn't have a year, but I am almost positive that this is from 2000 because I know that's when I started, so that's what makes the most sense. The second answer to this question is my favorite villain of all time, the Evil Queen. I just met her last year during Halloween time for the very first time, and it was such a cool encounter. She was very in character. I had this black villain shirt on that has all the different villains on it, but it doesn't have her in her pretty form. It has her in her like old hag form, and she was super upset about it. She's like, how could you only like show the horrible side of me? You have to show the beautiful side of me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but you're on my backpack. And I'm like, trust me, to me, you're the fairest one of all. And like that sealed the deal. She was like, okay, I will forgive you as long as you never disrespect me like that again. It was amazing. She was awesome. So this was really hard to pick a pin because I have quite an amazing Evil Queen collection, but I went with this one, which is one of the stained glass door pins from the Disney Soda Fountain Store or Studio Store Hollywood. It is a limited edition of 300, I believe. 200, just kidding. It is a limited edition of 200, and it is in fact like a stained glass. You can see through it. I love this series. There are so many of them that I want. I believe this is the only one that I have though, but it has the ice cream cone waffling in the background, and it is a limited edition of 200. So this just is very iconic for the Evil Queen, so that's why I chose to show you guys this one. So the next question is a pin that represents your favorite Disney park snack. So my favorite Disney park snack are the cake pops. We had the Jack Skellington one last Halloween time, and whew, it was so delicious. I love it. It's so good. So I didn't have a pin that showed a cake pop specifically, so I picked this one of Rex eating a Mickey head ice cream because it was the closest thing I had that could be a cake pop. You never know. So cake pops and Rex. Rex is one of my favorite Toy Story characters, and I love that he has a little Mickey Mouse hat on and he's just enjoying some park time. And this says first release Disney Pixar Toy Story on the back. And it has kind of like that sandblasted background. There is no year though, so I'm not sure what year this is from. Oh, my legs are falling asleep. We're gonna have to go down to Indian style. Hope that's okay. All right, so next page. Number 7, a pin that represents your favorite Disney park activity. Rides, shopping, people watching, etc. So I love doing all of the things at the Disney parks all of the time, but one of my favorite things, I'm sure this will come as absolutely no surprise, is pin shopping and pin trading. So this is another favorite top 10 pin of mine, and it is this gorgeous Minnie Mouse pushing a pin trading cart pin with this like sky blue background. And oh, this pin just gives me all of the happiness. Like, oh, it's so great. There's not too much more you can say about it. It's awesome. I love it. I love the colors. I love that there is a little hidden Mickey right there, if you can see it on the pin cart. So really, really love this pin. And this is actually a Disney Auctions pin, limited edition of 250. So it's really awesome. Like I said, definitely one of my absolute favorite pins in my collection. Okay, number 8, a pin that represents your favorite Disney resort. So to be completely honest, I haven't really stayed at too many Disney resorts because when I lived down in Southern California, I was only an hour away, so there wasn't really a reason to get a hotel. I did stay at the Paradise Pier when I was a kid with my grandma and my cousin, I believe. And then the first time my best friend and I went to Walt Disney World, we stayed at the All-Star Movie Resort for the 2 days that we were there. But every time I've been to Disney World since then, we've stayed with family because they only live like a half an hour away from the parks. So I chose to pick a pin that represents a resort I would love to stay at, which I know there's 2 that kind of have to do with the theming that I love, which is anything New Orleans themed, I'm obsessed with. So I think they're called Port Orleans, and I know there's another one. Oh, see, this is how much I know about Disney World resorts. I don't know anything. So the 2 NOLA themed ones. So if you know the names of them, I should have looked it up before I meant to, but I forgot. So if you know the names of them, please put them in the comments down below. I apologize for not being more educated on this topic. But anyway, like I mentioned before, I am obsessed with Disney alligators. So I chose one of my favorite Disney alligators, and it is Louis from The Princess and the Frog. This is a Pin Trader Delight from the Soda Fountain Store or Studio Store Hollywood. It is a limited edition of 300, and this is like their ice cream sundae series. So you have to buy an ice cream sundae to be able to buy the pin. But I'm pretty sure I just bought this off someone off Instagram or eBay, so I don't remember where exactly I got him from, but I absolutely love him. He's such a great character, and just look at how happy he is eating that ice cream. Yes. So, Louis to represent one of the New Orleans themed resorts that I would love to stay at Walt Disney World. Number 9, a pin that represents a character you'd like to meet at the parks that you haven't met yet. Again, I have 2. So number 1 is Gaston. He is one of my absolute favorite villains. He is from my favorite movie of all time, Beauty and the Beast, and I've heard that his character interactions at Magic Kingdom are amazing. I have seen many YouTube videos about it, and I just think he's hilarious. So the pin that I chose to represent that is this villain cutie Gaston from the Soda Fountain Store. He is a limited edition of 300, and I just think this totally encompasses his personality. Like, oh, check out my biceps, look at me and how cute I am and my smile, I'm perfect. Like, it's hilarious. So, and then this is the back again with that ice cream cone waffling. So I would definitely love to meet Gaston one day. The other character I would love to meet is Doug, because he is just adorable, and I love dogs. I love Disney dogs. So, and I love Up. Oh, such a sweet movie. So the pin that I chose to represent that is a little challenging to show, actually. But it's this one, Doug in the center, and then if I can do this right, let's see. It spins and has different sayings. So it says, I have been very good today, squirrel, and I have just met you, and I love you. So I would definitely love to meet Doug at the Animal Kingdom. Unpopular opinion, I am not a Russell fan, but I would absolutely love to meet Doug. So, last question, number 10, a pin that represents a Disney park you want to visit one day. I want to visit all of the Disney parks one day, but the one that I would like to visit the most is Disneyland Paris. I don't really know why. I just think their castle is gorgeous. I think Phantom Manor, their like Haunted Mansion version is gorgeous. And I mean, Beauty and the Beast takes place in France. And so I don't know. I think that's why. I really, really want to go there. So the pin that I chose to represent it is actually a pin from Disneyland Paris. It was part of their My Favorite Character collection, and it is my favorite sidekick, Lumiere, and it's perfect because he's French, obviously. So it just has an MF at the top for my favorite, and then it's like a pin on pin, and then in the bottom it says Disneyland Paris. Sorry, I'm kind of choking over my words today. On the back it says edition limited number 88 out of 700, and then it says Lumiere as well. So really gorgeous. Someone did a pickup for me back in the day. It does not, oh yeah, it does. 2015 is the year, and it says Disneyland Paris on the back as well. So really, really love that pin. Let me go ahead and show you all of the pins together. So these are all of my answers for the Disney Parks Favorites pin tag created by myself and Hope and Abby from the Disney Sisters. So let me know in the comments down below which pins are your favorites. I obviously cannot pick just one. I can narrow it down to 4. So my Tower of Terror, my Haunted Mansion, my Eeyore, and my pin trading cart. Those would be the 4. That's as good as I can get. So I really hope that you enjoyed my answers to this pin tag. It was so fun creating it. It was so fun answering it. It was so fun filming it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like and comment down below. I really do love connecting with you guys. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. Now it is time to tag a few people. The reason I picked these people is because I feel like they have a good size pin collection, and that I'm hoping they would like to join along with me and Hope and Abby. So the first person I pick is my friend Heather over at the Sassy Cinderella. Also Alyssa and Garrett over at the Leffersons. And also Tim and Johnny over at the Game Boys. So I will tag all of their channels down below along with the Disney Sisters. If you are coming from my channel, please go watch their video after this. I will link it also in the description down below. And just thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you all have the most magical day. Bye.